Hi, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to the Instant Recall August 3rd, 2022 update. For those of you that have not received a notice like this before, we typically do one of these updates at least once or twice a month. This is a very important one. I would say it's by far the most important one for Instant Recall. If you're unfamiliar with our main website, instantrecalls.com is our website. Most of you are familiar with using the app Instant Recall, which you can find in the Android store and the Apple Play Store. And the purpose of Instant Recall, just to recap if you don't know it, is to sell location data. Location data is now being sold by a lot of companies that have apps on your phone. And what we do is pay you for that same data. We pay you $1 a month for people that are selling data on your first level, $1 a month for people selling your data on your second level, and 50 cents a month for people selling data on your third and fourth levels. To get paid on the third and fourth levels, you need 10 referrals in the system of people that are selling their data. Pretty straightforward. That's the only rule in the system. If you don't have 10 people, you get paid on the first 2 levels. And we're getting ready to send out the first payment. That's really the purpose of this call. And I wanted you to see what we've been doing since you haven't been updated in a while. There's a new back office that you'll see that's web-based. That this is a part of what it looks like. I just picked someone out of our system, and you can see this individual. You can see on their first level all the people they recruited in the second and third and fourth and fifth levels. I'm just kind of clicking through it so you can see who they are and information on those different people. There's also a color-coded chart that you can look at to see who's selling data and who is not selling data. And once again, a person selling data, just like in your app back office, is colored green. The ones that are not selling data are colored gray. And there's some real important things I want to go over with you regarding this part of the plan. Let's see. We do what's called dynamic compression. And if you're not familiar with marketing terms, I can understand why that would be confusing. Dynamic compression allows our system to pay you way more levels than just 4 levels. And it does it by removing, for payment purposes, somebody who is in our system gray. So here's an example here. I tried to make it as simple as possible. Let's say A is you on this chart, and B is someone you recruited, and B recruited C. Okay, A, B, C. Let's say B never decided to sell their data. So C would, in essence, roll up to you. So B is removed for payment purposes. B still exists in your list, and you can see B. But for payment purposes, C jumps up to B's position to make sure you get paid. Okay? You see the importance of it? Here's the importance if you don't understand. Your organization might be 10 or 20 levels deep, and there are going to be people in there that are participating in selling data and ones that are not participating. So what the system is trying to do is push everyone up into your 4 levels so you get paid the most money possible. Now it might be more apparent to you why we're going to show it to you this way so you can see how you're going to get paid. It's really important. If you receive, let's say, just pick anybody, a girl named Angie who's in our system who I've communicated with today. Let's say she gets a check for $450. Well, the first thing she'd want to do is log into her new web portal and see how that was derived. She might only see, looking at the old picture of this without dynamic compression, how she receives $100, but all of a sudden it's $450. It's because the system just keeps rolling up the real sales underneath you. Now, why would we leave B in this chart? Well, let's say B starts to pay. Guess what? That's more money to you. That's good. So B is not permanently removed for payment purposes. In this example, B is ignored, and C pays you directly. Okay, so we're not removing people, because a lot of times people will see other people getting paid and they get excited and they say, hey gosh, I'm going to begin participating. So they're able to participate. Okay, that's a good thing for you, for sure. Other things, let me give you this. Hold on here. Okay, things I want you to remember from this call. You might forget about how dynamic compression works, but at least this is recorded. You can play it back several times. Really important. It's August 3rd. It's 2022, and you've all been very patient. So, number one, we are selling the data, your data, okay? We are collecting the payments from the buyers of your data. Most of the people in Instant Recall have, I'm going to go back through this again. Number one, we are selling your data. Number two, we are collecting payments from the buyers of your data. Number three, most of the people in Instant Recall have registered with Payoneer. If you're not registered with Payoneer to receive payments, go to How It Works in the app. That's one of the links in the app. Okay, it's under the settings in the lower right-hand side, How It Works, and it tells you where to go register. Okay. Last step to pay you is doing this dynamic compression, so we can show you in your new back office how your commissions are calculated. Right now, we are wrapping up the completion of the new back office, and then we're sending out money on Payoneer. One thing I didn't write here that's very important. There will be people that struggle to get registered for whatever reason. They don't get these messages, or something happens. You run across somebody that says, well, wait a minute, I'm participating in this and I never signed up with Payoneer. We're going to keep an ongoing ledger for you to see each commission payment. So if you're missing one because you didn't register, which is going to happen, we store it for you in a digital wallet in Payoneer, and then it will be released to you. So it's not gone. Payoneer services millions of people worldwide for direct marketing companies and a lot of other firms. So you're not losing your money. They're just holding it in a wallet until such time that you get registered. And the wallet identifies you by your name and your email address in our system. That brings up another problem. Some people will use a different email address when they register with Payoneer than the email address used in our system. Let's go here and show you. Okay, so with these different people, let's just pick out Brian Dean. He's right here. Whoever Brian Dean is, he's on this guy's level 2. Let's say Brian Dean is briandean@gmail.com, but on Payoneer he uses some other email address. Okay. We try to key on that email address. We have other ways to do it. So all of a sudden, their system, Payoneer, doesn't know where to send Brian Dean's commission. That's not a problem. We're giving you a way in this new web portal to modify your record so that it will sync up with your payment records, okay? Because it has to know who you are. You need to know that each and every account has an identifier you cannot see on this thing. You also see your identifier out here. So this gentleman is BRIAPA1. Okay, this is one identifier, but we have a unique numerical identifier as well, so that we always know who you are. We're not going to lose you in the system. We've had people sign up not using their real name, not using their normal email address, doing all kinds of stuff. But I can assure you the system has documented that record, and we have it, okay? You might have some payments to just sit in that account because you haven't logged back in and seen anything. We understand that's going to happen because you're on vacation right now, or you're not reading your email messages and you don't know what's happening. We're going to make every attempt to make you aware of that. The biggest attempt is not here on my list. The biggest attempt is us building a direct bridge into the app so that messages like this go directly from me into the app. We don't have to go through all this Mickey Mouse of the big SendGrid servers, which I use now, which are our big ripoff to send out messages to you. It's just not efficient at all. And a lot of people don't read their email. We know that. Most people will read a message that comes to their app. So because of the size of the app, Apple will not let us send out messages to this many people at once. They block it thinking it's some sort of spam or something. But with a direct link into it from our server, we can bypass that. So we're building that, okay? It's kind of a pain to build it at this time because we thought SendGrid, since Google uses them and lots of great companies use them, we thought they would easily satisfy our needs. But they don't for what we're doing. We know all of you want to be paid, and you all want to know how your commission payments were arrived at, and you need frequent communication instead of once a month like we've been doing, or once every few weeks, whatever it's been. It's pitiful. That is not the way we do business, and we know that. We would like to send out a message every day. That direct link is not done yet. All we're working on now is sending out commissions, okay? When that direct thing is done, you'll just be getting the messages directly into your app like this. We can even record them and send them to your app. So it'll be a much better way to do business, and we can do them as frequently as we want. We can do them multiple times in a day. And I feel we're going to need to do that because we've devised, you'll notice in your new back office that there are date ranges. And you might ask yourself, well, why are there date ranges for looking up commissions? We will be able to pay at some point in the future. I'm not saying right now. We'll be able to pay multiple times during a month. Right now, we just want to get people paid the once a month amounts that we promised, okay? But we've already designed the system to pay multiple times in a month because we feel there could be a lot more opportunities if we had that feature. So we're building it now instead of running up to it and hitting a brick wall and then having to, build it on the fly. So there's a lot of things we're doing, and I appreciate your patience with that. So if you're a first-time listener, welcome to Instant Recall. You're going to have a good time here. I do receive a lot of emails and text messages, and I appreciate those. They're all very upbeat right now, by the way. So thanks for your patience, and we look forward to a great year. Thank you. Bye-bye.